Hello, I'm Chris Campbell.
And I'm Joanna Darby, and we welcome you to 15 News.
Joanna, did you know that nearly 1 in 6 grade school students are bullied through internet chat rooms, emails, website, and texting?
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, but fortunately enough, there's an area school that decided they would do something about it by hosting an anti-bullying program. Let's check it out. Levey Middle School was the site of a special anti-bullying campaign. The program, which was offered by Attorney General Bill Schuette, was part of a broader cyber safety initiative, otherwise known as CSI. The program addressed consequences associated with the increased prevalence of cyberbullying and provided important safety tips about avoiding internet predators.
What we like to talk about now are the 3 keeps in terms of making sure you're smart with technology. You know, in the old days, you know, you'd worry about the bully at the end of the road at the bus stop. And now you need to be careful about how you use technology. Because you got iPads, you got iPhones, and smartphones, and Blackberries, and more things you can shake a stick at. But you know what? You need to follow these 3 keeps. We talk about that in Michigan CSI. Number 1, keep safe. You don't need to tell everybody what you're doing all the time on your smartphones, what have you. For example, my wife and I, we have 2 kids. I understand being connected, right? I have a daughter in college, a son who's a senior in high school, and then they want to be connected all the time. I get it. As a parent, as a dad, my wife and I understand that. But you know, for example, I go on vacation, I don't need to tell everybody what I'm doing all the time. And the same thing, sometimes your online friends really aren't who they really pretend they are. So keep safe. You don't need to divulge all your personal information. Number 2, keep away. If you ever venture in and, you know, get on a website or a link that makes you feel uncomfortable, keep away from that. Because sometimes the internet can be like making a wrong turn in a bad part of town. So if you make a wrong turn on the internet, get on a website or a link that makes you feel uncomfortable, just stay away. Keep away. Number 3, keep talking. Talk to a trusted adult. If you bump into a website or a link that makes you feel uncomfortable, just talk to a trusted adult to try to work through those problems. Those are the 3 keys.
The presentation also featured recording artist and anti-bullying advocate Keenan West, who sought to teach kids how to embrace a higher standard of character by taking a stand against bullying.
But I wanted to do it a different way. I didn't want to focus on what it looks like to bully. Everybody kind of knows what that is. But what we wanted to do, we wanted to use young kids like yourself, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and we wanted to feature them in the video. But we wanted to show what it looks like to stand up to bullies. We wanted to show what it looks like to find the courage to stand up to bullies. Because I felt like, you know what, everybody knows what bullying is, but no one ever wants to kind of stand up and do anything about it. And so we wanted to celebrate the kids to stand up to bullies. So what we want to do today is talk about the Find the Courage campaign. We want to talk about 7 ways to stand up to bullies.
In all, over 400 students assembled to view the video presentations, music performances, and lectures that were part of the program. Organizers hope that it influences youngsters to prevent bullying at all levels.
When something jumps off, in over 50% of the times, 57% of the times, if someone else jumps in and helps, the problem stops in less than 10 seconds. And so what he's establishing here is something that I'd like to start off talking about. Bullying will stop. It's not that it can, it's not that it maybe happen, maybe possibly. No, bullying does not have to happen. So on 3, let's just say, bullying stops here. 1, 2, 3.
Bullying stops here.
That's cool, I like that energy, y'all still give.
You know, the big picture is that we have a program called Michigan CSI, Cyber Safety Initiative, where we try to teach young kids at schools all across the state the importance of safety when using the internet. Now, you know, the internet's a marvelous tool. incredible educational avenues open, but if you make a wrong turn on the internet, predators lurk there. Just like if you made a wrong turn and going into a bad part of town, you've got predators and thugs in real life as well. And so what we try to do in the day and age with iPads, iPhones, Blackberries, what have you, is that you teach young kids the 3 Ks. When you and I went to school, it might have been the 3 Rs. Now it's the 3 Ks. And that means, number 1, keep safe. You don't need to give everything about yourself on your smartphone or on a computer. There's certain things that's nobody's business except your own and your family. So number 1, keep safe. Number 2, keep away. If you stumble on a link or a website that gives you some discomfort, you feel uneasy about it, keep away. Just turn your back to it, so to speak. And then number 3 is keep talking. If you do stumble on a website, a link, what have you, that makes you feel uncomfortable, then keep talking with a trusted adult. You're a parent, grandparent, what have you, a school leader in whom you have faith and trust. So that's the point about the 3 Ks, the 3 keeps. And we stumbled upon, fortunately, this guy Keenan West, and he's powerful. He's a terrific communicator. He has great skills at connecting with kids. Whenever you can get 500 kids to be quiet for an hour, you're powerful. And that's what this guy Keenan West does. You ought to check out on YouTube his video Never Ever. It's great. And he has a message about not bullying, 7 steps that kids ought to follow in order to stand up and acknowledge and tell those bullies, whether it's on the internet or in your school or in your neighborhood, no, and helping people with self-esteem. So I think he did a tremendous job. I wish we could bottle him up and have him be here every day of the week.
What happened was I wrote the song Never Ever. A friend of mine came along and said the lyrics to that song should be used for an anti-bullying video. So we started to think about how we needed to make the video. And I thought about it and I said, you know what, I really wasn't bullied as a kid, but I also knew I didn't tell on anybody, or I didn't come out and say anything to anybody about the kids that were being bullied. I never stood up for what was going wrong. So my part in it all back then was I didn't pay attention. I didn't want to be a snitch, but now that I found out, and back then I found out, you know what, I'm just as guilty as the ones that are doing the damage. So we wanted to celebrate the kids that stand up for bullying. So we created the video, featured kids in it, point out that these kids are the ones that are going to make the difference. Let's celebrate the ones that stand up to bullying.
Well, overall, I mean, I think this just fits into, what we've been trying to promote here in Southfield, where we've had an anti-bullying program in place. But this really, was a gem. It was a real highlight, to have, somebody speak to the kids in their language with the music that they appreciate. And I think that helped to make the message resonate with them.
To learn more about the Michigan Cyber Safety Initiative, visit michigan.gov/CSI or email agcsi@michigan.gov.